narrow, lonely day to make a person say, what good is my life? Funny how a breaking heart can make me start to say, what good is my life? Funny how I often seem think I'll never find a dream in my life, till I look around and see this great big world is part of me and my life. This is my life. Today tomorrow love will come and find me. That's the way that I was born to be. This is me. This is me. This is my life, and I don't give a damn for lost emotion. I've such a lot of love I've got to give. Let me live. Let me live. Sometimes when I feel afraid, I think of what a mess I've made of my life. Crying over my mistakes, forgetting all the breaks I've had in my life. I was put on earth to be a part of this great world is me and my life. Guess I've just set up the score and count the things I'm grateful for in my life. This is my life, and I don't give a damn for lost emotion. I just love love I've got to give. Let me live. Let me live. This is my life, and I don't give a damn for lost emotion. I just love love I've got to give. Let me live. Let me live. This is my life. This is my life. This is my Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we this evening? Oh, no, 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 no. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we this evening? Ah, that's better. And welcome to St. Matthew's in the City. My name is Buckwheat, and I'm here to guide you through our things this evening. We've put together a jam-packed program to honour and celebrate the bright star that is Peter Taylor. With the support of sponsors Andy and Brad at the Coffee Club, the Friedlander Foundation, and Erica Crawford with her new look Love Block brand, tonight is proudly brought to you by the Cartier Bereavement Charitable Trust. To say a few words, please welcome to the stage Cartier's founding trustee, Karen Ritchie.
everybody. I'm not going to talk about the Trust because I'm sure most of you know what the Trust is about, and you're very free to go on our website and have a look and see exactly what we do, because tonight is all about Peter Taylor. But on behalf of the Cartier Trust, we welcome you all here tonight to celebrate Peter Taylor's life. I'd like to introduce you to the other two trustees that I have at the moment. Now, Jonathan, where are you? Jonathan Thompson, where are you sitting, love? I don't know, he's disappeared somewhere. Okay, he's probably doing something. Jason Myers, would you stand up, Jason, please? Jason has worked tirelessly, and I mean tirelessly, in his weekends, his nighttime, his days off, to put most of this together. So, Jason, I'm very humbled. You are a blessing to the Trust, and thank you. Again, I'd quickly like to, the Coffee Club, thank you very much. You have sponsored the Cartier on 2 other occasions, I think it is, so thank you for coming on board again. Freelander Foundation, as Buckwheat has just said, Erica Crawford with Lovelock brand of wines. Thank you again, Erica, for coming to our need. Carlton Party Hire have also done a lot for us throughout some of the tables and chairs and things. Sky City, you've worked extremely hard today and everything, so thank you. And a special thank you I'd like to say to Buckwheat, because she has a huge job ahead of her tonight. And Bucky, you're amazing. Thank you very much. Andy and Scott from JX Live are filming here, which this whole night will end up somewhere in the Te Papa archives, and you will all be able to, view the filming that's being done. Tess, who you've just seen, will be back later on with Kit Amin, Anita Wiglet and Corey for the show coming up this evening. I'd very much like to thank all of you for coming here tonight, who have paid to be here on this very special night. I can't thank you enough for the support that you give to the Trust. Peter Taylor, my beautiful man, my beautiful friend. I'd like to personally to you, Peter, thank you for allowing me to be a part of your life for all these years. You're an amazing man. My love, admiration, and respect, and everything else that fits into this category is unmeasurable. May the light shine on you right to the end and after, my darling. We can all learn something from your courage. Thank you, Rodney, for being Peter's soulmate and rock. Every bit of my heart goes to you both. And there are a lot of people from overseas and Australia and other places around who I've had many texts and emails from and things to wish you the best. So that's, rather than name them all, that's all I can do at this point in time. But I would really like, because later on the night's going to be too hard, those who don't have a seat, I'll be over here very shortly, so I'll find you your seats if you can't find them. I'd like you all to raise your glass, please, if you will, to Peter Taylor. Cheers, Peter. We're all here for you, my darling. Thank you so much.
Of course, it is only right that the man of the hour say a few words. Please put your hands together and welcome to the stage our darling Peter Taylor.
Thank you. Hello. You can't imagine how overwhelming it is to be standing here in front of your peers and friends and people who have gathered and come from other places to contribute and to outpour their tribute to me this evening, and I feel so privileged, so humble, and so grateful that I'm still alive to actually hear it. It's been a very long month, and I said that I would make it till tonight, and of course we have, and I would, as all the other things that I've strived to do I've been determined, if nothing else, and with tenacity, to actually meet a date. And I thank you for all having a date with me this evening. Thank you. It's also my great pleasure to thank Karen and the Cartier Bereavement Trust for choosing me as the subject of their fundraiser this year. Do you know that in all the different worlds that we cross in our paths in the different organisations, and I'm sure you'll know if you belong to the Poultry Club or to the Cat Club or to the whichever the little club, there'll be somebody marinating on their bitter bile on the side saying, you know, he only did this so they'd pay for his funeral. Well, apparently there still are some in the gay world, some little old people scraping up the crumbs of their scone as they wish to honour and see that I crumble underneath. But I tell you that story because some people do think that this evening has been designed to pay for my funeral, and that is not the truth. We've paid for it ourselves through insurance, one of the only clever things I ever did in my dear life. But just to let you know that tonight a lot of you have been exposed for the first time to the Cartier Bereavement Trust. It's a cause that I feel very strongly towards because it's supporting the death of HIV, positive people who have passed away and often without family because of ostracisation, rejection, stigma, discrimination. I don't need to go on, you'll understand. And so in this case, all tonight's great grandeur and all the work that has been done in 6 months of preparation to put this lovely celebration together, and to me it's a great surprise too, I have no idea what's coming. We will be lucky enough tonight to make the price of one humble funeral for one more person so that that person does not die alone. And tonight may be your opportunity, because it's not very often that somebody gets up and talks about icky things like pleasure and death in the same sentence. We don't want to hear it. The same way as my blog has opened up a lot of people to be able to talk about death before they die and how friggin' expensive it is, and I would have died last week, but I couldn't afford it. And so Rodney will be left on to write the little handbook of Beginner's Guide to Dying, because there's so much to know. However, for you, $25 a week as a koha, an automatic payment which you wouldn't even notice had gone in or gone out of your account, would make a huge difference to the Cartier Bereavement Trust. And I'd like to challenge you this evening to think about whether that might suit you to help this trust be able to perform its capabilities and the need that we have, because there's a new wave coming, and it might be your boy or your grandson or your granddaughter. There is no gender, there is no price, there is no creed and no colour that this discriminates with. It's all of ours, and we need to address this. Thank you so much for being here this evening. Thank you for this great honour it is to me. And I thank you, Buckwheat, for being so sensational for all the years that I've known you. You've just been an absolute delight, and for the work that you've put in for this evening. And I thank my darling friend Karen and all of you for being here this evening. And of course my soulmate, Rodney, who I will miss, sadly. But it's time for him to have his own reference stories and his own points of interest, because my day is done. So thank you so much. I love you dearly, and I mean that really, truly. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Peter. Well, the scene is well and truly set for a very, very special evening. But before we enjoy dinner, there's a few housekeeping things that I need us all to be aware of. First of all, please note that tonight is being caught on camera. So if you do not want to be filmed, please let one of the cameramen know over dinner and they'll do their best to edit you out or avoid you. Okay? Now, I know that there's no strangers to the camera in here, so I'm sure you'll be fine, cameraman. Secondly, there's also a silent auction over there, and it's running till about 11:30. So please be sure and check it out. Next to the silent auction, you'll see an exhibition from the incredible contemporary New Zealand artist Te Mite. Te Mite and his manager Joseph and partner are on table 4. Where are you, boys? There we go. They're waving to you now, so you know where to find them. There is a catalogue on each of your tables, and Te Mite is donating 10% of any sales tonight to the Cartier Trust. After being inspired by Peter's story, he has also donated 2 extra special pieces that we will be live auctioning off this evening. Thank you, Te Mite. Okay. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to write a message for Peter in the red book that you'll be seeing moving around during the evening, because this will be presented to Peter at the end of the night. If you need to have a cigarette, should you need to have a cigarette, please make sure you go outside, across the road, catch the bus down to Victoria Park and have a cigarette there. Or you could just go out there and across the side. If you need to go to the bathrooms, out the front door where you came in, there are some luxurious portaloos. So that's where the loos are, should you need to. Finally, Peter has donated 100 copies of a DVD produced by his sister Yvonne, and it's called 700th Dose. This is a 20-minute DVD of Peter's story captured on the day of his 700th dose of chemotherapy. These DVDs are for sale on the silent auction table for $20 each, so pop your money into the honesty box and take home some special moments of this evening. We will now ask that you sit back and enjoy the wonderful food and service of Sky City. We'll be back after dinner with part 1 of Peter Taylor, This Is Your Life.